Hi boys, so we're going to continue on with our topic of financial maths. Today we're doing best buys. So best buys are really important because whenever you go shopping, there's so many different products to choose from. You might be just buying something like a pasta sauce and you see different kinds of pasta sauces, different amounts in the pasta sauce. And it's really important for you to, as well as looking at the quality, to be able to compare the quantities and the prices that they are. So a lot of this we need to be able to do ourselves. However, the supermarkets have made it a lot easier for us these days. They have introduced something called unit pricing. It's introduced into the bigger supermarkets like Coles and Woolies, and they will actually do the comparing for you. Right, I need my glasses on to see their comparisons, but if you have a little look at the ticket when you go shopping, it will say the price on it, but down below it will say a comparison price. So you can just look at that price that's written in the smaller print on the bottom and compare the prices yourself. So things like toilet paper and stuff like that, just go and look at them all. All right, if there's something that doesn't really matter what sort of type you get, then just look at the unit pricing and compare. The other tip when you go shopping is they always put the cheaper things right down low where you're not looking. Okay, so they want you to be buying the things at eye level. They put the more expensive things there, they're more attractive looking, and they're the first things you grab. But the cheaper things are often down low. So you get down lower and you'll find that's probably where the cheaper ones are. All right, so if we have a look, the idea of a best buy is to find the cheapest price. All right, so we need to be comparing the same quantity. It's no good looking at 200 grams of something and 375 grams of something and trying to compare those prices. We need to convert them both to 1 gram or something that's the same quantity. All right, so what I'm going to teach you to do is just to get everything down to 1 unit. All right, that's basically the best way to do it for every question. You don't have to be jumping around doing different things. Okay, so looking at 2 examples to start with. The first one, we're looking at a 2 kilogram box of sultanas for $8.85 and a 1 kilogram box for $4.65. Now some of you might say, well, that's an easy question, miss, I can do that. All right, I know what to do to compare a 2 kilogram box and a 1 kilogram box, but we're going to still do all of these the same way, just so we have one method that we can do all the time. All right, so if we look at the first one, we've got a 2 kilogram box that costs $8.85. So you just write 2 kilograms equals $8.85. Now we're going to get that down to 1 unit. In this case, 1 kilogram. So to get from 2 kilograms to 1 kilogram, we have to divide by 2. Whatever we do over here, we do the same over here. Everything is balanced in maths. You do something to one side, you do the same thing to the other side. So when we do $8.85 divided by 2, your calculator will give you this. Then we're going to have a look at the other thing that they've given us up here, which is the 1 kilogram box. Now that's already got a 1 there, so there's no work for us to do. So now we're comparing a 1 kilogram box up here and a 1 kilogram box down here. We're comparing the same quantity, so now we just have to look at the prices. Now, they both start with a 4, then the decimal point, and this is where they are different. At this first decimal place, this has got a 4, this has got a 6, this one's lower, so that's the cheapest. That's the lower price, so that's the cheapest. That's our best buy. So our best buy is actually that 2 kilogram box. Okay, over here, we're looking at 45 grams of chips for $2.10 and 150 grams for $6.50. This one looks a little bit harder than the last one, but if we do the same method, it'll be easy for every question. So we're going to start with the 45 grams of chips equals $2.10 that they gave us. We're going to go to find 1 unit, which in this case will be 1 gram. To get to there, we're going to have to divide by 45. Do the same over here, and your calculator will give you a decimal that goes to the end of your calculator screen, That's okay. We don't have to write it as a recurring decimal or anything. Just write what your calculator says. If you want to keep writing those sixes, go ahead. Remember that on the last digit on your calculator, it probably says a 7 there. Just ignore that, right, because they're rounding off on that last digit. Okay, if we look at the other one they gave us, it's 150 grams for $6.50. So we start with 150 grams equals $6.50. Again, we want to find 1 gram. So to get from 150 to get an answer of 1, we have to divide by 150. Do the same to the other side, and if you put 6.50 divided by 150 into your calculator, that's what it's going to give you. And again, those threes just keep going, so write down as many as you like. Now, we're comparing these two decimals. They both start with a 0. First decimal place, they're the same. Second decimal place, they're the same. It only changes on that third decimal place. This one's got a 6, this one's got a 3. That's lower, that's the lower price, that's the cheapest. So that's your best buy, this one, 150 grams of chips. So coming back into the next video to do some more examples on this work.